Your whole life comes down to the choices that you make. In life, you're going to have to make decisions and not have all the answers when you go to make that decision. You never know what the outcome will truly be until the decision has been made. A lot of people get analysis paralysis. You're taking in so much information and you are overwhelmed with the amount that you have to decide on that it's impossible to make a decision. So anytime that you make a decision, it has to be based off of the things that are important. And honestly, you should really stick to like 3, maybe 4 things. If you get past that, I think you're going to be overwhelmed. You're one bad decision away from a crappy life. So if you're somebody that struggles with analysis paralysis, then not making a choice is actually the choice that you're making. You're choosing to be overwhelmed by so much information that you can't make any forward progress. A lot of times in life, like you're going to be met with a decision that needs to be made and you have no information. A little bit of information is great. You can make an educated decision. No information is scary. Sometimes you can really find yourself when you make a no information kind of decision. And I'll explain with my story. This is where kind of like fate and things like that can come into play. So I was applying at a bunch of different truck places like Old Dominion, Saya, stuff like that, like these truck companies that are around here. And no one called me back. The whole point of me going out and looking for a job was to make more money, find a job doing warehousing and driving machinery because I knew they paid better than what I was doing. In the pursuit of this position, of this forklift experience, so I applied at this company. Basically, during the interview, it was funny because he was asking me when could I start, which is a good sign, but I didn't know if I had it. Prior to that, I was basically begging, like, dude, I hate my job. I was like, dude, I don't like my job. I'm doing dishes at a dang O'Charlie's, and my sister got me the job, and I need to get out of there. He decided to give me a chance, and I got the job. I worked there for about 3 months, part-time, was able to go into a full-time position. I was already working in a warm environment, and they said, hey, do you want to go into this other hot environment or this cold environment? So I chose the cold environment. I was like, bump, get me out of here, get me out of this heat. The other thing that they asked me was, what days off do I want? It's like a Monday, Tuesday I chose. I start working in the other department. I'm there for, I don't freaking know how long, a week in the new department, and some random chick comes up to me and she goes, hey, what's your name? James. And she's like, oh, that's cool. I had a friend in here named James. He was a cool friend. And I'm like, well, great, neat. Maybe I'll be a better friend one day. And she laughs and she's like, no, I don't think so. Walks away. So the next day, back in my mind a little bit, who was that chick that asked me my name? So I see her the next day and I go, so what's your name? And this person goes, oh man, you don't know her name? Like loud ass Tatiana? She goes, my name's Tatiana. I was like, oh, nice to meet you, Tatiana. I'm James. That person turned out to be my wife, and we've been together for 12 years now. Like weird, inconsequential decisions that led to that. Trying to get a job, wanted forklift experience, applied at this place. I met Tatiana. We have 3 kids. We've been married for 9 years. This year we'll be 9 years married. I didn't know that was going to be the outcome of those little ancillary decisions that I was making. It was because I was just trying to get forklift experience. I was working part-time. When they gave me the choice of the department and the schedule, it just so happened to be the same department as her and the same schedule as her. So it's like this stuff that I didn't, like you don't even know what's going to come out of a small decision that you don't even think is anything. And it could change your entire life. And the thing about it is, we make micro decisions on a daily basis. A lot of what we do in our lives is habitual, and you're going to naturally just go for the thing that you're constantly going for. And that's where you have to like change your mind if you want to do other things, right? 5 years later, I got my real estate license. I thought, oh, this will be easy. I'm just selling houses. Quit my job with no plan, no money, no sales, no connections. Never sold a house, never shown a house. And I just guess I thought I was going to do something. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. 2025 James is looking at 2018 James like, what the heck are you doing? About 3 months later, I got a job at a car wash. Cut my income in half. So I went from like $18, $19 an hour to zero for like 3 months to $9.50. And I was humbled. I was digging out of trash cans, and you know how like you vacuum your car and suck up a couple of quarters? That was like my lucky day, because when I had to clean out the dumpsters and clean out the vacuum cleaner canisters, I would dig through it and get all the loose change out, like quarters, dimes, pennies. I would get it out. I was in a really low spot, very sad, very depressed, because I thought I was a complete moron for doing what I did. I didn't even have an end in sight. Like, I was literally just working myself into the ground because what the hell, man? I decided to quit. I was probably financially struggling for about 3 years. I wanted to change my mindset, and I kept getting these videos about a high-ticket sales course. Every video that I watched, every review that I watched on it was like, oh, it's going to help you change your mindset. You're going to think differently. And I'm broke as hell. It's got to be because of the way I'm thinking, the decisions that I made, whatever. I had to dive deep and go on an internal journey as to why my life was jacked up. The course was like $3,500 or $2,500. I told Tatiana what I was going to do. I was doing it because I wanted to change my mindset. And that was the beginning of new James. 2021, things started turning around for me. And I can talk a little bit more about that. The big thing was making a decision to change my mindset. Like, if you're watching this, you need to wake up and every day understand that the decisions that you make today will affect you very drastically in the very near future. And you can mess your life up very quickly, and it will take a long time to recover. That's the message that I'm trying to get to you. As long as you understand that you can get out of it, you'll be fine. I'm just sharing that because that was my story. I made a bunch of decisions that I didn't consider any consequences of. And it wasn't until later that I realized, like, okay, when I'm making a decision, I need to weigh all the options. And by doing so, it definitely changed my life for the better. Starting in 2019, 3 months after I quit my job, was the beginning of self-discovery, self-reflection, and that was what led me to changing my life. Because there's a lot of other decisions between 2019 and now that have gone into place to make me a better person. I'm rambling right now, so I'm going to end the video here. Understand that you have the power to change your life. You can really mess your life up by making a decision without considering everything. If you have messed it up, you can turn it around with a bunch of correct decisions. Every time you come across or come into contact with something, if it's not benefiting the decision and the goal that you got, it needs to go. You need to make the decision to cut it now. If it is benefiting, then bam, there you go. Go down your path. Hope you liked the video. Bye. Check out some of the other videos, or it's over here or over here. I can't remember which one. I'll maybe do a playlist on this one. Check it out.